This is 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗂 from MassMailer. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. I'm actually going to talk about MassMailer and MailChimp being options for a Salesforce CRM customers to send out emails. What works best and what doesn't work best, which one is better and which one is not, and the feature comparison and which one you should choose based on your requirements. It's a very open-minded comparison that I'm going to go through today. That way you can actually very well understand when you compare MassMailer features and MailChimp features, you would actually come to know, hey, this is a good option for me and this is not a good option for me. It all depends on what you're really trying to do. End of the day, both options are great, but again, end of the day, it depends on what you really need to do and what you really want to do, right? And the end of the webinar, I'm gonna have time for questions as well. Feel free to put your questions in the chat window. Okay. So basically, end of this webinar, you will come to know overall our sincere evaluation of both products, MassMailer and MailChimp, some of the similarities and some differences as well. And we can educate you on overall, like the feature set in both solutions. As a non-biased comparison, we are a respectable company here. And you would see that what we have come to when it comes to comparing these two products. So fundamentally, if you're using MailChimp, you know that it's an individual or it's its own platform, and Salesforce is a separate platform. And if you're using MailChimp, then you have to really integrate these two products. They have an app, AppExchange app, or you can use any other connectors to really connect these two solutions together. That's how MailChimp would work. When it comes to MassMailer, it's a native app to Salesforce, meaning you don't really have to do any integration. It's already integrated with Salesforce. It's a native app. All your data and what you do in MassMailer is right within Salesforce itself. You don't need to really go out of Salesforce. That's what it means when I say native app. And as I said, when it comes to integration, you could use the AppExchange app, or maybe you can use a connector and integrate MailChimp and Salesforce. And again, what I hear from some of our customers who used to have MailChimp before, they always complain about integration, that it's a bit clunky. And there are certain limitations, obviously, because MailChimp is just an email marketing solution. So when you're syncing up the data, you're only syncing leads and contacts and nothing else, right? And it's not a real-time sync. Also, when it comes to syncing the data, certain member queries and a little bit of a complexity involved there. And again, depending on what you're doing, whether it is a connector or AppExchange app, the syncing would be different in each solution. Also, you can't really sync metrics. That's not possible with campaigns. And again, the MailChimp features are obviously not native to Salesforce. It's native to MailChimp. Versus the MassMailer features are all native to Salesforce. So when I'm talking about the feature set, you would clearly know that, hey, for me to really get this feature, I'm staying in MailChimp and I'm not staying in Salesforce. So you would be able to clearly understand. And I'm going to go through certain features again. These feature set is kind of in categories, but some are kind of common. And you would be able to figure this out quickly. So again, integration. The MassMailer app is native to Salesforce, but MailChimp, you have to use a connector or their own app. Both products would help you authenticate your domain. And also, You can have the vanity tracker domain for links as well. That's possible. And MassMailer uses dedicated IP address versus MailChimp, you got a shared IP address. And when it comes to email activity, you actually can see them as an the Salesforce email activity. Like if you go to lead, contact, custom object, you can actually see that as standard Salesforce activity. And on top of it, we also store all the opens and all of that is MassMailer email starter. It's a custom object, or even you can use a Lightning component that sits right within your object page, whether it's lead or contact. And then you can synchronize that data when it comes to MailChimp. The sends, opens, clicks, those things can be synchronized. And when it comes to mass emails, both solutions would offer mass email feature and one-on-one MassMailer. You can do that, but not MailChimp. MailChimp is not meant to really do one-off emails. And then when it comes to email validation, MassMailer it does have a feature through which you can actually validate emails versus MailChimp. You can't. I think you can use a partner plugin maybe. Attachments, yes, both solutions would help you with attachments, but MassMailer is a little bit more advanced. You can actually send dynamic attachments. What it means, let's say you're sending out invoices. There are 100 clients that you need to send invoice to. Each invoice is different for each client. So when you're sending out a mass email, you will be able to denote that, hey, pick up this invoice from so-and-so object and send that in a mass email. You don't need to send like every single email. So meaning the attachment is dynamically populated, which is unique for each recipient. That feature is available in MassMailer versus MailChimp. You cannot do that. And sending limits, technically unlimited, but in MassMailer, but you will have to purchase the number of email credits that you needed per month. So every plan that MassMailer provides, it has a specific number of emails per month. And MailChimp, again, there's obviously going to be some limitation, but again, based on the plan that you're purchasing, you will be, again, under certain limits. And when it comes to template builder, MassMailer provides drag and drop, and it also supports HTML, and it's easy to use that and build templates. And MailChimp also have pre-made templates and they support HTML. You can also create your templates using their template builder. Merge fields, you can bring in data from any related object, parent, child, in MassMailer. But MailChimp, you have very limited access to the merge fields, leads, contacts, and accounts are pretty much it. But with MassMailer, you can pretty much go to any object as long as is related to your target object. And email tracking metrics, MassMailer provides delivered, opens, unique opens, clicks, unique clicks, did not open, did not click, bounces, spam, reply, blocks, and unsubscribes. And MailChimp also has a delivers, opens, unique opens, did not open, click-throughs, bounces, spam, unsubscribe. So a little bit of a difference, but pretty much the same that you can see. Reporting, MassMailer, you can report on pretty much everything, opens, clicks, bounces, all of that. And you can also customize reports. MailChimp, you can do this similar kind of reporting both in Salesforce and MailChimp. A/B testing, yeah, you can do A/B testing in both, but with MassMailer, you can actually select different templates, not just like different subject. So we get into a little bit more granularity there. You can do render testing, meaning if you want to preview your emails to see how it actually appears on various devices, you can do that using both solutions. Transactional, MassMailer does support transactional, but MailChimp cannot. Meaning, if you want to send out, say, invoice, a shipping notice where you don't need unsubscribe link, MassMailer does have that feature. And if you want to, if you're aware of bot events nowadays on emails, sometimes you may see fake opens and clicks and stuff like that. You can purge them using MassMailer. That's you can set up some scheduler to purge all the data, but MailChimp, that's not possible. And MassMailer provides dynamic content, meaning based on the recipient, you want to change certain sections in your email dynamically based on certain properties. You can do that in both solutions. And when it comes to sending from a Salesforce campaign, you can do that in MassMailer, but MailChimp you cannot. There's no straight connectivity to the campaign. And then when it comes to campaign engagement data, yes, you can get the metrics, but we don't have forms and landing pages, so you cannot really track who submitted the form, those things. But that's coming in the future releases though. But in MailChimp, you can actually track all the engagement statistics, also forms and landing pages. You can do that. Drip campaign, you can do that in both solutions, but in MassMailer, you have to use the flow builder. And MailChimp has its own drip sequence feature that you can use. Website tracking, MassMailer is not capable enough to track your website visits, but you can always leverage Google Analytics integration with Salesforce, and you can add some GA tracking codes in MassMailer. That way you can still integrate that with Google Analytics. That's possible. MailChimp can actually drop a cookie on the website, and they can pretty much track the visitors and everything. That's possible. Forms, MassMailer does not have that feature. You cannot build forms, but you can always build custom forms in Salesforce, or use any third-party plugins. That's possible, and you can integrate that with Salesforce. That's possible. But we're also building some forms. That's in the roadmap. MailChimp, yes, you can actually build forms. Landing pages, same thing. You currently can only have links to any landing page that's already pre-built. You can build landing page using any WordPress kind of thing or any other solution, integrate that with Salesforce, that's possible. MailChimp, you can build landing pages. And this is in the roadmap in MassMailer. Social connectors, MassMailer does not have any social connectors, but with MailChimp, you can have social connectors. Event and webinar connectors, MassMailer does not have any connectors, but you can pretty much bring in that data using any other app exchange if needed, like Zoom or anything. MailChimp also does not have any webinar connectors. And visitor tracking, you cannot track visitors on your website, but MailChimp you can. And analytics, again, like meaning you can get the reports and all of that. Basically, if you have any BI solution, business analytics solution that's already integrated with Salesforce, yeah, you can pretty much use that because all of the MassMailer data is in Salesforce. But MassMailer does not have any like a BI tool or anything, but you have the basic reports and analytics that from Salesforce offers. MailChimp, yeah, you can get the metrics and all of that integrated with the MailChimp analytics. That's possible. Customizing UI, you can do that in MassMailer, but you cannot do that in MailChimp. Quick send, yeah, you can do a quick send using MassMailer, just like limited to one page, quickly send an email. MailChimp, you cannot. IP warm-up, MassMailer does have an IP warm-up feature, so that we can actually improve your overall deliverability, but MailChimp does not. And target contact limitation, and again, there's no limit on number of contacts you can have in MassMailer because it's all Salesforce based. MailChimp, you're limited to the plan. So if you have 10,000 contacts, you'll have to pay some money. And if it is 25,000 contacts, it's a different in MailChimp. IP pools, MassMailer does provide IP pools if you want to use multiple IPs, multiple domains. MassMailer does have that feature, but MailChimp does not have IP pools or multiple domain feature. MassMailer is native to Salesforce. MailChimp is not. It's on its own platform. Flow integration, MassMailer does have that, but MailChimp does not. If you want to use developer APIs, MassMailer does have that API available, but MailChimp does not have any APIs that you can leverage. You can use Salesforce reports and dashboards using MassMailer, but MailChimp you cannot. And when it comes to support for standard objects and custom objects, MassMailer does support it, but MailChimp does not have any support for any other standard or custom object other than leads and contacts. Salesforce activity tracking, as I said, you can track everything in Salesforce activity, but in MassMailer, but MailChimp, you cannot do that. When it comes to the actual events, suppression and verification status, all of that, you can actually see that right on the object itself, because you can add those related lists in Salesforce. But MailChimp, you won't have any data on the object. When it comes to opt-out sync, yes, MassMailer does have opt-out sync, but MailChimp does not have that feature. And then when it comes to syncing unsubscribes and bounce backs, all of that, yes, but MailChimp does not have that. And then if you want to send out emails from a list view, you can do that in Salesforce using MassMailer, but MailChimp you cannot. And send to Salesforce report, you can send it using campaign, provided it's a lead or contact. You can use that, but MailChimp you won't be able to do that. If you want to send it from a campaign, a MassMailer does support it. MailChimp, unfortunately, no. And if you want to do any customization with MassMailer, you can do that because it's all just native app. You can always build your own stuff and invoke MassMailer flows or maybe APIs and build your own custom UI, a custom process. That's possible, but MailChimp you cannot do that. And if you want to do a like one-on-one email, follow-up email with MassMailer, that's possible, but MailChimp, unfortunately, no. If you want to clone a campaign, you can do that. MassMailer, MailChimp also you can clone. And if you want to send it to non-openers, you can do that in MassMailer and MailChimp, yes, you can. If you want to relaunch the same campaign, you can do that in MassMailer, but MailChimp, you have to clone it and then launch it. If you want to send high volume campaign, you can do that in MassMailer, MailChimp too. You can do high volume campaigns, that's possible. If you want to delay email sending, if you're sending it to say enterprise level customers, you want to delay each email, say 1 minute or 30 seconds kind of a gap, you can do that, but MailChimp, you won't be able to do that. So we MassMailer provides sandbox support, but MailChimp does not have a way to sandbox support kind of a thing. And then if you ever wanted to use the email functionality in Experience Cloud, like say Customer Cloud or Partner Cloud, you can do that using MassMailer, but MailChimp, you won't be able to do that. And when it comes to number of users, MassMailer has a limit. Like you have to pay per user, but MailChimp, it's unlimited. And when it comes to template support, if you have your existing templates in Salesforce, yes, MassMailer does have a support for those existing templates, but MailChimp does not. And when it comes to sending it to related objects, you can send it using MassMailer, but MailChimp you cannot. Automation using flows, you can do that in MassMailer, but you cannot in MailChimp. If you want to suppress any duplicates, you can do that in MassMailer, but unfortunately, MailChimp does not have that feature. But I think when you're importing the data, you won't be able to import duplicate data as far as I know. When it comes to like monitoring your IP reputation, domain reputation, all of that, you can use MassMailer and monitor all of that. MailChimp, you won't be able to. You have to use a third-party plugin. And pricing, this is just comparing the starting price. MassMailer costs $219 per month. They'll give you one admin and then 10K emails per month. That's a basic plan. There's a one-time cost though, that's $594. But MailChimp, the starting plan is $110 per month, but that's up to 10K contacts. If you have more, say 100K contacts, you won't be able to get that price. You have to pay higher. I'm not sure what that price is, but basically this is the starting price. And again, in MassMailer, there's no limit on number of contacts. You can save as many contacts as possible in Salesforce, but you are limited to the number of emails. The starting plan is 10K, but we have plans up to any number of millions email per month. It's per month again, the emails that you're getting. So they would reset every first of the month. So that's kind of feature comparison. And again, both solutions are great. Great. It just depends on what you are really trying to do. If you are, you know, trying to do just email marketing, you want a simple, easy to use. MassMailer is great because you have everything in Salesforce. You really don't have to go out of Salesforce, and all the tracking reports, metrics, everything is right there. But if you're looking for a complete marketing automation solution in which you need forms and website tracking and landing pages and stuff like that, then you would want to go to MailChimp. And again, forms and landing pages is coming in MassMailer as well, sometime in the near future. Um, but again, based on your organization goals, you'll have to pick and choose which one would really work best. But if your primary goal is to just get everything native to Salesforce, MassMailer is the best solution. But if you're okay to do integration, even if it's a little clunky, you're okay, but you just want a bare minimum email marketing that works outside of Salesforce, you can go with MailChimp as well. So that's kind of what I conclude here. Um, hoping that I've given enough information comparing these two solutions. Let's take a quick look at the MassMailer demo here before we wrap up. I'm sure you're all familiar with Salesforce. Let's say you want to send an email to a list of contacts here. You would go to Contacts tab and select a list view that you already created. And here, there's a button or an option here called Send me a mass mailer. Just select that action. And that's going to take you to the MassMailer app. So you have to give a campaign name here. You can send an email. And the target audience, it's already pre-built or pre-selected, as you can see, 3 people in that list. And in this step, you can actually select a folder and then select any template from the dropdown. And then you could have your email template that's pre-built. So we already have the merge fields, so that's personalized. Save this, go to the next step. You can also attach files, as I mentioned. You can attach it from your desktop or pick up from your Salesforce content attachment or docs. You can send as the common sender, logged in user, record owner. You can send on behalf of someone else or completely custom. You can CC, you can do BCC, you can suppress duplicates. You can send now, schedule later on a specific date and time. Send non-transactional or transactional, non-transactional. You can send with the unsubscribe link, transactional, there is no unsubscribe link. And some few advanced options here. You can test the deliverability as well. And finally, you can review everything, make sure it's all looking good. You can do a test email from here. You can also do a preview. And you can also test the deliverability. And finally, if everything is looking good, you can just go click on this launch button and submit your campaign. every campaign that you're running is captured in this outreach object. As you can see, this has all your campaign information, such as the sender, recipient, what is the status, statistics information. All of that is captured right here. And the statistics such as opens and clicks, unsubscribes, all of that. So if you click on this, you can see who actually received this email. You can also navigate to the specific contact, and you can see the activity history on the right-hand side, which is the standard Salesforce activity history. You can see the specific email that has been sent. And you can also see the MassMailer email status, such as open and click and all of that. And if there's any suppression, meaning unsubscribe, that gets captured here. And if you ever wanted to validate your emails, you can do that. And all of that verification status comes up here. And this is all reportable. So we have some reports in Salesforce that we package with. So if you go to MassMailer reports folder, you can see a lot of reports that are already pre-built, and you can always customize them based on your specific requirement. Okay. So for example, if you take a look at this, MassMailer outreaches with campaigns, it actually shows you all the outreaches with the campaigns. As I said, we do support Salesforce campaign as well. You can send an email from campaign to any standard object, any custom object, any related objects as well you can use. And setting up MassMailer is quite easy. We would just set up everything for you, get you onboarded as well. So you can see everything is reportable, opens and clicks, all of the data by campaign. You can do that. And then you can also build templates, quite easy to build templates by going to the MassMailer template builder. And if you want to use your own templates in Salesforce, that's also fine. You don't need to know HTML to build templates, just a drag and drop editor. So select any folder and create new template. And then here, you just have to drag and drop the look and feel of your email. And you could also personalize your template. So if you want to say first name, dear first name, select that option, copy and paste it here. And you could also embed any image. And you can always change the size, save, and save to Salesforce. And you can also do a test, sending it to any recipients. That's an option as well. And you can see several tabs here, MassMailer related tabs. All your campaigns are here in MassMailer outreaches. And any suppressions, meaning unsubscribes or bounces, they are here, and it is related to your specific contact or lead, as you can see. Any verification status gets here. And then you can also create list views using MassMailer. That's possible if you have any advanced list view feature. And setting up MassMailer is quite easy. Your admin will have access to this setup. and we do support custom objects. So you would just end up going to MassMailer setup, email settings, object settings, and you can add your custom object here. Some of these are custom objects. And you can also set up the UI settings. If you needed to turn off certain sections, you can do that. And we have the quick send option as well. And you can enable your users with different type of licenses too. That's possible. And you can purge any data that you don't need in MassMailer. That's also possible. And certain like settings related to unsubscribe, meaning if you want to change, say, the unsubscribe footer and all of that, that's header and footer kind of thing. That's possible to do it, right? And few other advanced settings here. And you can also take a look at your usage level, where you're at when it comes to the number of emails that have been sent so far. You can also take a look at that usage here and refresh. And you could also set up certain alerts based on the usage. So there are many features available in MassMailer. I can keep on going, but it's a complete end-to-end email marketing solution right within Salesforce. We have flow integration, we have API level integration, and you can customize or build your own custom pages and integrate that with MassMailer flows or APIs, and many things that you could do. It's quite flexible, and you don't need to really go to a third-party platform and just use MassMailer right within Salesforce itself. Okay, so seems like no questions here so far. Once again, thank you so much for joining this webinar. Very happy to help you out if you have any further questions. Here is my contact information. If you are new to MassMailer, just go to our website and sign up for a free trial. And we are happy to get you on a quick trial here. And feel free to contact me if you have any further questions. Once again, thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Take care. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Thank you.